Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Quick personal update. I'm not at Salesforce anymore, just recently I joined Carta. So in this video, I'll share my framework on where to find top tech startups. Let's get straight into it. I want to start with 8 years ago, the time when I was wrapping up my master's degree and was looking for a job myself. Like many of my peers, I was dreaming to work at Google or Apple, but knew very little about startups in the space. There are obviously well-known names that come to mind, but what about others? For those who want to work in a bigger company, the best way to start is to look at tech companies based on their valuation, or how much a company is worth. Here is a great resource where you can browse a complete list of all tech companies sorted by their valuation. Link in the description below. The general rule of thumb is that the bigger the valuation, the more people heard about the company. Although these well-known companies look great on your CV, keep in mind that the work you will do there is highly specialized. So instead, you might want to consider joining a startup where you will find more freedom to try out different roles. To find startups with an amazing growth potential, I usually start by checking these resources. Each year, LinkedIn publishes a list of top 50 startups. This is a great place to start, as there you can find a well-digested list with a good summary of each tech company and number of its employees. Another resource that I find helpful is Forbes. Similar to LinkedIn, the magazine publishes its own list of top 50. When you are searching for a job, you might also want to approach this as an investor. Two great platforms to do that are AngelList and Crunchbase. On AngelList, there is a specifically designated section for job search where you can filter positions based on roles, company size, and more. AngelList also publishes their list of great companies to work for, so you might want to check that out too. Finally, investors like Crunchbase. There you can find company financials, such as when the last investment into the company was and who the leading investors are. For example, a company with a good funding history from top VC firms like Sequoia will likely do well. I wanted to close off with a little inside view on how I approach my recent job change. Starting a new job is a big commitment, and to be certain that I was making the right decision, I created a spreadsheet tailored to my needs. Using the resources I shared earlier, I created my own list of tech companies that I wanted to work for, or those who wanted to recruit me. I wanted my decision to be as objective as possible, so I included information from other sources, like those about the company leadership, ratings from Glassdoor, number of employees, valuation, and more. Those were the things that were important to me. With this data in one place, it was relatively easy to remove about 80% of companies and select the top 10 I wanted to interview with. Then it is all about getting to know the team, getting a sense of culture, and evaluating your offer among other companies. After all, a new company is where you will spend multiple years of your life. So it is always a good idea to do as much research as possible before taking the step forward. For those who want to chat, I'm starting to host the Ask Me Anything sessions every Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific. You can book a slot through a link in the description below. As always, I hope you find this information helpful, and I'll see you soon.